Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Rant Man Reacts, Rant Man Reviews, whatever you and yours would like to call it. Oh man, this is like Star Wars Christmas morning with everything that happened at the Disney Investors Call yesterday. That's why I opened it up. As you can see, we have Emperor Palpatine herself standing in the middle of all the announcements. Oh man, let's get into it. I'm just gonna go from left to right. Obviously, we know that the new season of Mandalorian is coming out. Star Wars Visions. Let's go Star Wars Visions. 10 short films about probably any time in the Star Wars period. They saw how much traction that Star Wars TIE Fighter video got, and they were like, we need something we can actually make money off of. Hello. But yes, those will be Star Wars anime shorts, which is pretty exciting. We've seen those Star Wars Galaxy of Adventure shorts, which have been like recut on YouTube into like anime intros, which are pretty fucking dope. I am psyched. Star Wars meets anime. It's going to be pretty lit. What else? We got a droid story. They haven't really said what exactly that's going to be about, other than it will be a new droid with R2-D2 and C-3PO. But ILM's working on it, so I imagine they have something new and shiny to show off, right? And then we got Lando. It's not something I needed, but sure, fuck it. I'm hoping it's going to be Donald Glover. I'm sure they just don't have all the contracts punched out. You know what I mean? I want to see if we get, Lando and L3's relationship. How will we get that on screen? Because I don't even know how that works. I still don't know how that works. Would someone enlighten me? Please send me something from 4chan, if you would, please. Then we got Patty Jenkins' 2023 movie, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I'm laughing because how they introed it with her video was a little hilarious, and we will be covering that on the show. I don't want to spoil the angle for that. But man, a Rogue Squadron, can you imagine the hype of, let's say, a Top Gun type movie set in the Star Wars universe? A lot of people saying, oh, it'll just be a new Rogue Squadron. I'm hoping they do the start of Rogue Squadron in between episodes 4 and 5, and we could introduce a new, younger version of Luke Skywalker to the audiences, because it's got to happen at some point. I know the purists are like, oh, don't recast. Oh, Solo was terrible. Listen, we're not. At some point, they're going to move on from the original actors, and this is a good opportunity to do so. I think seeing Luke Skywalker and his role transfer from, the farm boy, the Wunderkind, if you will. Well, let's get leery on the German. The prodigy, this new hope, into a leader in the Rebel Alliance that he seems to be already in. He's Commander Skywalker in the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. That would be very interesting. I think that is ripe for storytelling. And we get a new, Dak, Wedge, Hobby. That would be dope. But, Disney's not going to do that. It's going to be, a very diverse cast of characters, aliens, all sorts of races, lots of females, and it'll be like after the Battle of Endor, I'm sure. Here's to hoping, though, that we get a new coverage on Luke Skywalker. That would just be dope. And like I said, we have to move on from the original characters. We got the Ahsoka show, which looks very interesting because the graphic, I know you can't see from out here, but if you click on one of the links that Disney or Star Wars posted, the iconography and the font, if you will, represents that of, it looks like the world between worlds, as seen in Star Wars Rebels. So that could be interesting. Maybe they'll explore some sort of time traveling, or alternate timelines. Maybe this is how we delete the sequels from continuity. I wouldn't put it past them. Listen, they made an investment of building a piece of the park to being Star Wars, and to being Galaxy's Edge, Batuu. This is a long-term investment. I can totally see them saying, oh, the sequel trilogy is an alternate universe. I totally see that happening because they know how annoyed people were. I would just wonder, what are they going to do with Batuu and all their future Star Wars, sequel trilogy stuff in the park? I guess you could easily transition it. Whatever. Next, we got Rangers of the New Republic. This is said to culminate in a massive event, which seems like it's going to be like a crossover with the Mandalorian. It takes place during the Mandalorian, and possibly will star Cara Dune. We don't know. I could see that, and we'll probably get Dave Filoni's X-Wing pilot, the guy from Kim's, what is it? Kim's Groceries. I'm going to be very honest and tell you, I should have read up on that guy's background because he's a big Star Wars fan. I just really haven't yet. Mostly out of jealousy. In that a big Star Wars fan got to be a recurring character. It's got to be every Star Wars fan's dream come true. But good for him. I am very excited. I hope he gets on the show and we see. But we get a new cast of characters post original trilogy to root for. The more Star Wars, the better. I know it sounds like I'm reading an apology statement. I was jealous, okay? I was jealous, so I didn't read the articles and watch his YouTube story. All right, I'm sorry. Next, we got Andor. We've known they've been trying to shoot this for a while, since COVID hit, and they've just begun to shoot, which is cool. And in the sizzle reel, they showed all the departments getting ready, on a movie scale, which is exciting. This is probably going to explore the beginnings of the Rebel Alliance, in a live action form, which I know Rebels definitely touches, but we're going to get more of it. Basically, a Rogue One prequel. Hey, I'm for it. The more Rebels versus Empire, the better, right? That's what everybody wants. That's the one thing everyone can agree on. The young fans, the old school fans, the 1977 fans, even the prequels fans love the original trilogy. I think. Obi-Wan Kenobi, a subject near and dear to my heart, to which I can't reveal why. Or maybe one day. Maybe one day I will. Obviously, this was probably the biggest news coming out of Thursday, that Hayden Christensen will indeed be reprising the role of Darth Vader for, as the Emperor KK said, the rematch of the century. Man, I can't even imagine how dope that's going to be. I would love to see Hayden back in the meditation chamber, back to tanks, get an idea of Darth Vader's day-to-day, right? All the paperwork he's got to fill out for all the prisoners he's killed, all of the lower-ranking officers he's killed. It's probably a lot of paperwork, right? I also have a theory that we will get in this series. Write it down now. Write this down, what I'm saying down now. We are going to get in this a three-way battle between Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, and Darth Maul. That's right. I'm calling it. I'm just going to shoot my shot. And this isn't out of prior knowledge or anything. I don't know anything about the plot. But I think Obi-Wan Kenobi's going to be living on Tatooine, see the horrible impact Crimson Dawn has had, and he's going to go, I'm getting too old for this shit. And he's going to go off-world, right, because he can't reveal that he's on Tatooine, right, because that's the most important part of his mission in these years. It's set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, by the way, so that's 9 before A New Hope, right, smack dab in between. It gives it enough distance, you know, I feel. Oh, so anyway, he's going to go off planet, interfere somehow in Crimson Dawn's activity, because this lines up right around the time of Solo, right? It's about the same timeline. Solo, I think it starts 10 years before A New Hope, and then it's 7 years before A New Hope at the end. I think that's right. Yes. Yeah, something like that. Or no, maybe the end's 10 years before. So it's right around the same time. Yeah. You know, Obi-Wan breaking up, you know, all of the activity of Maul, right? And then that's going to draw the attention of the Empire, right? And so we'll get possibly, you know, this is just my fan theory, a showdown of all three of them. Possibly on Malachor, right? Because we find the next time we see Maul, he's stranded on Malachor, right? And he's like old and been there for a long time. Or maybe he leaves to go find Malachor to go beat Vader, right? Because they said, you know, when you get there, the Inquisitors are like, oh, the rumors are true, the shadow still exists, all that. So I think this is where we finally get that little gap in Darth Maul's timeline. I mean, it just fits, right? Like after he has a criminal empire, he's like, still, I got to get Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know? So I'd imagine something happened in between. And a lot of purists are saying, oh, I don't want, you know, the fight in A New Hope is supposed to be when, you know, they fight each other again. But listen, if you do a three match rub, right? This is the rubber match, you know? So we genuinely don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we're going to assume, you know, we know they both survive. Or maybe we'll get a cool, you know, maybe Obi-Wan will cut his face and we'll get one of the, you know, a moment straight out of Rebels where we'll see Hayden Christensen underneath the helmet. That would be cool. And they would both escape or something like that. You know, it's going to be awesome. Very excited. And we got The Acolyte, and that's the showrunner of Russian Doll's show. And it takes place hundreds of years. The High Republic is taking place 300 years before The Phantom Menace, which is awesome. Listen, the more Star Wars time, you know, the more we get here and there on the timeline, the better. That's awesome. I'm very excited to see that. That looks like, and you know, the Acolyte, you know, you get some Sith vibes. Maybe it's said to be a mystery, right? So maybe they get some inklings about the Sith still being around and they try and hunt it down. So maybe we'll get something like that. And yeah, the iconography on the title looks like some kind of dark side user. Everything we've seen from the High Republic, I don't know. Some of it, I mean, it's very, a lot of it is like YA books, right? You know, hasn't impressed me that much yet. The villains were kind of cool, but look straight out of Destiny, actually. Looks like they were the people at Lucas or at the story group, or I don't know, a story group, but the design team. They've been playing a lot of Destiny lately. Look like that. There was that one character who looked like a Vex and then the Fallen. But I digress because we know that Destiny takes a lot and rips off Star Wars too. Bad Batch, we get a trailer, which I thought was very cool. I had hoped this for the show, but we see that it's the transition of the Bad Batch from the Clone Wars into the Empire era, which is kind of cool. I love to see, you got to see Grand Moff Tarkin come back, which is awesome. Looked dope. A lot of Fennec Shand in that trailer, which is cool. We get a lot of connectivity, and that's all we can ask for. Is those moments we go, "Oh, I know that person," and obviously, to wrap it all up, the guy who can't put the rolls down. Also, put the pipe down, Harrison. Okay, we all know about you. I think I can share this story. Yeah, why not? I can share this story. So I was working on a commercial once with a prop guy who, we were just talking, I think around lunch break or something. He saw one of my shirts. Oh, what am I wearing today? Oh, beautiful work by Eddie Malden. Da Baby Yoda. I love me some Da Baby. And I love me some Grogu. So, great mashup, Eddie. I was wearing one of my shirts, and the guy was like, "You like Star Wars?" And I was like, "Fuck you. Fuck you, guy. Well, I like Star Wars. That's an understatement." But he worked on The Force Awakens. And he was telling me of a day when, I guess, Harrison came in, and he was and they call him Captain, right? Because he's the captain. Captain's, the captain of the Millennium Falcon. But captains all of his planes and stuff, They come in, and he's going to put on the belt, right? The Han Solo DL-44 blaster, the traditional belt. And he goes to put it on him, and he's like, "Yeah, we're not going to do that today." And he's reeks of some substances that some vitamins. They're legal in California, or were they shooting in England? I don't know. What is the legality of marijuana in London? I don't know. Or were they doing pickups? I can't remember if he said they were doing reshoots here in Santa Monica. But regardless, anyway, reeking of vitamins, if you will. I was like, we're not doing the belt today. And he was like, "Okay," right? Because you don't argue. For those of you, for the uninitiated and those who haven't worked on a set before, you kind of, especially talent such as Harrison Ford, you definitely don't argue with. But you kind of leave talent alone, and then you talk with, the production crew about stuff, about issues. You don't. It's an annoying ladder you got to go to. So he goes to the AD. I think it's the second at the time, and he's like, hey, he doesn't want to put the belt on, And he's like, "Okay, right?" And then he asks Harrison. He goes, "Oh, we just for a couple shots, we need you to put the belt with the blaster on." And he's like, "Yeah, we're not doing that today." So he goes, the AD goes to JJ. And he goes, yeah, he doesn't want to put the belt on. I don't know what to tell you. And JJ goes, "Okay, frame him up. Just frame out the belt. Let's go." So JJ knows where his bread is buttered. But apparently, Harrison does not want to give up the indie whip or hat. So we shall see. All right, I've talked for 20 minutes. This is supposed to be for The Mandalorian. So, yeah, and we're going to watch The Mandalorian today. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, wow. All these dismantled TIE fighters. This is awesome. So cool.
Ass, do you?
Oh!
For a second, I thought you were this other guy.
Oh shit!
Pull you out.
All right, Mayfield and I will swap out for the drivers in the tunnel.
Boba Fett's out. Armor look a lot cleaner now.
That's not gonna work.
Oh yeah? Why is that?
Copy that, Sector
Very cool.
5. Juggernaut 4 has reached the north exit. You're all clear.
Ah, new toy to get. Imperial Remnant tank troopers. Look for it. Look for the hot toy.
Look at this. Oh, the shame. Now that right there is worth the price of admission. I don't know how you people wear those things. And by you people, I do mean Mandalorians.
Let's go! Woo! Imps to the rescue. Oh shit. Oh, the shore troopers to the rescue. Everybody wants to get shore trooper. Those TPS reports. Is that a little Office Space reference? Probably.
You're the tank troopers who delivered the shipment of...
Man. That was good. Some great acting by Billy Ballbag, man. So it seems like from that concept art that we didn't have Mando taking off his helmet throughout that, and they had a whole nother plot. But hey, things change. Maybe that's the rumored beef. When Pedro was like, listen, I'm going to quit if you don't let me take my goddamn helmet off. And they were like, listen, all right, we're going to have you, start to lighten up. As they, as Mayfeld indicated, depending on how desperate you are. So, which I think is probably true for all of us, Our rules and limitations change depending on the circumstances. Which I thought, man, Bill Burr really shined in this episode. That was terrific. Him, when he gets all teared up about this guy killing his whole division, That was great. And it was Operation Cinder from Battlefront 2. You can watch, just YouTube, all the clips if you're not familiar with it. You can watch the whole game as a movie if you want, but they go into, how it was a contingency plan by the Emperor to kill basically all the weak parts of the Empire and, the parts that he didn't see fit going forward. Because as we know, Palpatine was around the whole time. Because KK said so. But who knows? Maybe Dave Filoni will change that one day. We'll see. But man, the conversation in the turbo tank cockpit was awesome, as well as the lunch table scene of him. You get the idea, his background, that he was serving during Operation Cinder, and that's what made him turn, which was excellent. It really rewards you for being a long-time fan. So, that was great. Any other notes to add? Yeah, let's hope this video stands up better on YouTube. And it doesn't get neutered again. Thanks if you've watched or been watching. Appreciate you watching the channel. And hopefully we just keep these going. As we saw in the beginning of the video, we're going to have lots and lots to talk about in the future. So guys, we got to do better. And this is the way.